In November, I was re-elected for a fourth term. Following the election, I went to Warm Springs, Georgia, for my first extended visit since the war began. I was going to have a 3-week vacation at the Little White House. 3 lovely weeks with my 2 cousins, Laura and Margaret, who were always great fun, my daughter Anna, who for the past year had become my companion and taken over the role that Missy had played, and a dear friend whom I had been secretly seeing for many months, the recently widowed Lucy Mercer Rutherford. Oh, it was a splendid time.
On January 20th, 1945, Franklin took the oath of office for the 4th time. His inaugural address was 5 minutes long. There was no inaugural parade, no inaugural ball. There was still nothing to celebrate.
2 days later, I left for Yalta and my famous meeting with Churchill and Stalin.
My request to travel with him was denied, as he had denied several earlier requests at similar conferences. I heard from Franklin only twice. Upon his return, he addressed a joint session of Congress for the first time from his wheelchair, and he made an announcement that thrilled my soul, that on April 25th, 1945, in San Francisco, there would be a meeting to set up the United Nations. Near the end of March, Franklin and I spent a day alone at Hyde Park. It was then we had a conversation that I will always remember.
Eleanor, I want you to travel with me to San Francisco for that opening session of the United Nations. Well, you belong there. After all, you're the one always saying that if we do not achieve the ends for which our soldiers have sacrificed, a more peaceful world in which there does exist freedom of fear, of aggression and want, then we have failed. And I want you to be part of that success. And then, maybe we could travel a little. I know I'm still thinking about, after I leave the presidency, going over there to the Middle East. I told you this before, and buying a little plot of desert property and demonstrating how reforestation and irrigation could improve their lives.
Oh, Franklin, don't you just want to enjoy life for a few years without any new responsibilities?
No, I like to be where things are growing.
On April 12, 1945, Franklin was in Warm Springs, and I was at the Celebrate Club in Washington, D.C., where I was to give a talk.
I was having my picture painted by a friend of Lucy Rutherford, the same Lucy that I was smiling at. Oh, I have a terrific pain in the back of my head.
I received the phone call at the Sulgrave Club and returned to the White House immediately. I told my daughter Anna, then I cabled our 4 sons who were still fighting for their country. Father slept away. He did his job to the end as he would want you to do. Before he died, Franklin had been working on a speech.
The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Let us move forward with strong and active faith.
I called Harry Truman, witnessed his swearing in, and then I left for Warm Springs. It was then that I learned from Franklin's cousin Laura that Lucy had been present, that she and Franklin had been meeting secretly for some time, and that my daughter Anna knew of, helped arrange, and approved of those meetings. At a time like that, you don't feel your own feelings. When you are in a position of being caught in a pageant, you become part of a world outside yourself, and you act almost like automation. You recede as a person. We buried Franklin at Springwood in Hyde Park. This little note a friend gave me inspired me through those days. They are not dead who live in lives they leave behind. In those whom they have blessed, they live a life again.